Hi everyone, this is Evolution8. I want to show you the new Pokemon and new forms. First off, we got a Alolan Executor. It's a coconut Pokemon, which is Grass Dragon. Its ability is Frisk. The environment of Alola region where stronger sunlight pours down all year round are brought about this change in Executor's form. The people of Alola boast that the Alolan Executor is a true form of Executor. Unlike other Executor, the Alolan Executor has a fourth head on its tail. This fourth head controls the tail independently, can take on opponents to the rear that can't be reached by the main head's attack. This Pokemon excels at whipping its long neck like a lash to attack with its hard heads, but that neck can sometimes become a weakness. Here's a look at the Alolan Vulpix, which is quite awesome looking. I like the color of it. The Fox Pokemon, which is Ice, which ability is Snow Cloak. It is said that Vulpix came to the lowland region together with humans, but the Fox Pokemon moved to the snowy mountain peaks to avoid the normal habitats of other Pokemon, and thus it ended up taking on this form. These lowland Vulpix live on the high mountains that remain covered in the snow year-round. They live in small packs of 2 to 5 individuals, helping one another to survive. Alolan Vulpix can freeze anything solid by expelling breath at temperature of minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 50 degrees Celsius from its mouth. It doesn't fare well in the heat, but when the temperature gets too high, it produces ice from its tail to lower the surrounding temperature. Very interesting. We're going to have a look at the Alolan Ninetales. Okay, it's a Fox Pokemon, Ice Fairy, Snow Cloak. Ability: Alolan Ninetales lives on the snowy peak that is revered in the lowland regions as a holy mountain. They are treated as sacred emissaries, and people meet them with awe and fear. This Pokemon's personality is extremely gentle, and at times it has helped humans who seem to be in distress. However, it shows no mercy at all to anyone that dares to damage its territory. Alolan Ninetales' ability to produce ice crystals from the fur that covers its body. It can use these ice crystals to block attacks, or it can form balls of ice at them. With it fires like bullets at opponents. The power of these ice missiles is great enough to pulverize rock. I love the awesome artwork, especially this blue and the white. Goes well together. Here's a look at the Alolan Sandshrew. It's a mouse Pokemon, Ice Steel. Ability is Snow Cloak also. Sandshrew have historically lived in desert areas, but the frequent eruptions of nearby volcanoes drove the Sandshrew to abandon the desert and migrate to the snowy mountains where they took on this form. Sandshrews' body changed to adapt to the harsh environment of the snowy mountains. The Alolan Sandshrew has a shell of ice covering its skin, which is hard like steel. It excels defensively, but it lacks flexibility and can't curl its body into a ball like ground-type Sandshrew can. Its heavy weight makes the Alolan Sandshrew slower than a normal Sandshrew, but the claws on its hands and feet allow it to move across ice without slipping. When it wants to move quickly, it uses its stomach to slide across the ice, like a curling rock. Interesting. Yeah, so Alolan Sandslash. Closer look at its picture. Okay, it's an Ice Steel. It's a Snow Cloak ability. The Alolan Sandshrew of the snowy mountains evolve into the Alolan Sandslash, with spiny backs that are covered in ice. Thanks to the icy coating, these spines are large and sharp, Alolan Sandslash hides themselves in the snow when strong enemies appear, leaving only their needles exposed and ready for business. The weight of the ice that covers its body makes Alolan Sandslash heavier than a normal Sandslash, and this causes them to be slower. Yet in the snow fields and on ice, they move by creating a path with their claws, and so they are able to move with swiftness. The spray of the snow, kicked up by Alolan Sandslash movements, are so beautiful that many photographers head for the snowy peaks to capture the moment. However, Sandslash live deep in the mountains, and there is a great danger of becoming stranded, so it's forbidden to climb the mountains without permission. Very awesome looking Sandslash. I think I prefer this to the ground artwork. And here's a look at, I think there's 4 forms of these new birds. It's called Oricorio, I think it's called. The Pom-Pom style Pokemon. It's a dancing Pokemon, electric flying, ability dancer. Oricorio changes its form by sipping the nectar of certain flowers. Since it has 4 different forms, the same as a number of islands in Alola region, it would seem that the different Oricorio live on each of these islands. The Pom-Pom style Oricorio is very friendly toward people, and it uses dancing to encourage trainers who are feeling glum. When it dances, its feathers are charged with a static electricity. It can attack with these charged feathers, and sometimes it unleashes a powerful electric shock. Oricorio has a new dance ability that no other Pokemon has had before. If another Pokemon in the field uses a dancing move, then Oricorio will be able to use the same move immediately afterward, thanks to its dance ability. Revelation Dance is a move that only Oricorio can learn, and its type changes based on Oricorio's current style. And then you get the Bale style one, which is fire flying. Aura changes form by sipping nectar of certain flowers, which is the same as the top one. The Bale style Oricorio is very passionate, and power fills its body when it dances. It sends a downy fluff flying during its intense dances. By igniting this fluff, it can unleash a fiery dance attack. Oricorio has the new dance ability, which I've already read about. Here's a look at the next one, the Pile style, I think it says. It's a psychic flying. Power style, Oricorio acts at its own pace, which sometimes makes it difficult to deal with. It sharpens its spirited moves through dance, which increases its psychic power. It's said that this dance expresses its gratitude to the guardian deity Pokemon. Then that's a repeat of the other things. Here's the next one. Sensu style. Oricorio, the same as the other thing. Sensu style Oricorio is quiet and collected. By means of its dance, it gathers the spirits drifting about in an area and borrows their power to fight. People who migrate from Kanto feel great liking for this Pokemon because its dance reminds them of their homeland. Very interesting. I like the look of these 4 artworks. If I had to choose a favorite, it would probably be this purple bird, yeah. Especially I love a ghost flying type, which is quite good. Yeah, as Mudsdale, I think it's called, pre-evolution, which looks like a donkey to me, which is a ground. Yeah, it says donkey Pokemon, yeah. Okay, its own tempo and stamina ability. Mudbray could once be found all over the world, but it was overhunted and ended up on the verge of extinction. It's said that the Alola region is the only place in the world where mudbray can still be found in the wild. Mudbray boasts superhuman strength, a surprise, considering its small body. A mudbray can carry loads up to 50 times its own weight on its back, dragging behind it. Mudbray loves playing in the mud. It's easier to live in harmony with this Pokemon, as long as you provide an environment where it can play in the mud. If it can't frolic in the mire, however, Mudbray will become stressed and may stop listening to orders, like a stubborn donkey. Next up we got a Minior, which is a Meteor Pokemon, which is a very interesting looking thing. It's a rock flying, and its ability is Shields Down. Minior are formed in the stratosphere and live by absorbing the detritus around them. When they've consumed a large amount of quantity of particles, their bodies become heavy, and they fall towards a planet's surface. Minior has a hard and heavy outer shell with a core inside it. The Meteor becomes Pokemon seems to be made in such a way that if the shell breaks, it becomes lighter and can deal out quick attacks. When the shell breaks, the core in its center is revealed. You won't know what color will appear until this happens. Minior has new Shield Down ability, which no other Pokemon has had before. With the Shield Down ability, it will have excellent defensive capabilities, as long as its shell is intact. It will also be protected from status conditions, but when its HP drops below health, its shell breaks, and it will change to a form better suited to attacking. Interesting. I wonder if this will be useful in the VGC games. We'll have to see what happens. And here's Gumshoes, which is Yungoose's evolution. He's a stakeout Pokemon. His ability is Stakeout and Strong Jaw. Gumshoe's method of targeting prey is the exact opposite of a Yungoose's strategy. While Yungoos prowls around, Gumshoe stakes out its prey usual routes, and waits patiently for it to come by. Gumshoes has a tenacious personality, which is why it targets one prey for so long without wavering. But when the sun goes down, it runs low on stamina, falling asleep right on the spot. Gumshoes can withstand a great deal of hunger. It's able to stay perfectly still while waiting for its prey, keeping watch without eating a thing. Yep, it looks like a standing up Yungoos, not too much different. Here's another one, Fomantis, sickle grass Pokemon, which is grass type and a leaf guard ability. Fomantis is nocturnal and it performs photosynthesis while it sleeps during the day by spreading out its leaves in all directions. Because of the danger of staying in the same location 2 days in a row, Fomantis begins its search for the next day's spot as soon as the sun sets. For Fomantis, photosynthesis is not just a source of energy, it's a necessity to achieve the strength and brilliant color of its evolved form. Photosynthesis is precious to the Fomantis, and it will fiercely attack those who get in the way of that process. Fomantis excel at the long-range attacks like Razor Leaf and Solar Beam. Solar Beam is indeed a powerful move, but since it uses up the energy Pokemon has stored through photosynthesis, Fomantis rarely uses it. Here's a look at Lurantis, which reminds me of a praying mantis, which is also in its name too. Okay, it's a bloom sickle Pokemon, a leaf guard ability. Lurantis draws opponents near to itself with its flower-like appearance and aroma, and then it takes them down. It's said to be the most gorgeous of all the grass type, due to its brilliant coloration and elegant moves. Lurantis' appearance is maintained through detailed grooming. It will trust a trainer who does a good job of caring for it, but it will apparently have a difficult time growing closer to a lazy trainer. Lurantis can learn Solar Blade, a move that replaces a blade-shaped beam to mince up its foes. The blade is so sharp it is said that it can slice a rock in half. Solar Blade is a move that no Pokemon has been able to learn before. With Solar Blade, Lurantis absorbs energy from the sun on the first move and then unleashes a powerful attack on the second turn. Lurantis is the totem Pokemon of Lush Jungle, the site of an Akala Island trail. It will overwhelm trail goers with the powerful combos it unleashes with the Pokemon allies it calls. So it'll be a Lush Jungle and Akala Island. Okay, we've already seen about the Route of Island challenge. Let's look at the trial champions. Each trial has a captain whose role is to provide guidance to the trial goers. All of the captains are trainers who undertook trials in their own island challenge in a few years earlier. Lana is a captain who is an expert with water type Pokemon. She is dedicated to her family and is a reliable older sister who watches over her younger sisters. Captain Mallow is an expert with grass type. She loves cooking, but it seems that sometimes her taste is a bit particular, specializing in electric type Pokemon. Captain Sophocles is good with mechanics and has invented various machines. And then we got Kaiawa is a captain whose expertise is in fire type Pokemon. Together with his Marowak, he studies the traditional dances that have been passed down in the Alola region. Then we got the new feature, which is Z moves. A new element has been introduced into the Pokemon battles in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Z moves are moves of great power that can only be used once per battle. When the trainer and Pokemon wishes resonate with each other and both release their full power together, the result is a explosive force of a Z move. All Pokemon can use Z moves to perform mightily in battle. The key items for Z moves: the Z ring fits on the trainer's arm, and the Z crystals are set into it. If a Pokemon holds the same variety of a Z crystal, the two will be able to resonate with one another. Crystals that correspond to each Pokemon type have been found in the Alola region. Interesting. Now we know what these crystals actually finally do. And this looks quite interesting, Z moves. There are two conditions for performing Z moves. A Pokemon must learn a move of the same type as a Z crystal, and it must be holding the corresponding Z crystal. When you see these moves in action in the game, each overwhelming powerful move will be on full display, filling the entire screen. Awesome. Experience the Z ring for real on your own arm. Looks like we'll be able to get a real life one, which you can buy from the stores later this year. So you can pretend that you also got one on your hand. And it will vibrate and everything. And that's pretty much everything which was released here. And there was also Pokemon riding, which shows you might be able to use those instead of HMs, which is very cool. It'll be like the Ian flute. The Ian flute, which you use for Latios and Latios. So it looks like they'll be using those for fly, surf, and running, and a few other things, which will be very interesting to see what happens when the new leaks come out next week, if I remember correctly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Goodbye.